You reached for that glass of water this morning, and something in your shoulder pulled just enough to remind you it was there. You did not say anything. You smiled, set it down slowly, and told yourself it was nothing. But it was not nothing. You have noticed it more and more lately. The stairs feel steeper. The chair takes both hands to get up from, and the walk from the car to the front door feels longer than it used to. You have been trying to eat well. You have been trying to do the right things, and yet something is not working. Stay with me, because what you are about to learn could change everything. Here is what nobody wants you to know. What is happening inside your body after 60 is not simply aging. It is a slow, quiet stealing of your strength, your circulation, your independence. And the heartbreaking part is that some of the vegetables you have been eating your entire life, the ones you actually believe are good for you, may be quietly making things worse. No one told you. Not your doctor. Not the label on the bag. Nobody. You have been paying for grocery store produce your whole life, doing your best. And meanwhile, the supplement industry has been perfectly happy to sell you pills for problems that specific real foods could address directly. But here is the truth they never wanted you to know. This video is for every person over 60 who wants to stop guessing and start knowing. You deserve the truth about which vegetables are silently working against your kidneys, your thyroid, and your immune system, and which three are quietly rebuilding your leg strength, cooling your inflammation, and adding years of freedom to your life. Pay close attention as we go through each one, because the last vegetable on the must-eat list, it is sitting in most grocery stores right now for under $2, and almost nobody is eating it the right way. Let us start with the three you need to stop reaching for, or at minimum stop eating the way you have always eaten them. The first one surprises almost everyone who hears it, because it looks so innocent sitting there in a salad or on a sandwich. You have probably eaten them dozens of times. Raw sprouts, alfalfa sprouts, bean sprouts, any kind of sprout sold raw in a bag or a container, are one of the most dangerous foods a person over 60 can eat regularly, and most people have absolutely no idea. Most people assume that because sprouts are green and crunchy and sold in the produce section, they must be healthy. They look alive, they look fresh, they look like exactly what a health-conscious person would choose. But here is what the research actually shows. Sprouts grow in warm, wet, humid conditions. Those exact same conditions, the ones that make a sprout grow so fast, are the perfect breeding ground for Salmonella, E. coli, and Listeria bacteria. These bacteria get into the seed before the sprout even begins to grow, and no amount of rinsing under cold water removes them. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has issued clear, explicit warnings about raw sprouts. The Food and Drug Administration has stated directly that older adults, children, pregnant women, and people with weakened immune systems should not eat raw sprouts of any kind. The reason this matters so much for you specifically is that after 60, your immune system naturally becomes less aggressive. Pathogens that a 30-year-old might shake off with a bad day can put a senior in the hospital. In 2025, the CDC tracked a salmonella outbreak linked directly to frozen sprouted beans that sickened people across 10 states. This is not a theoretical risk. It is a real and recurring danger. The solution is not complicated. Avoid raw sprouts entirely. And if you love the crunch, reach for fresh celery, thinly sliced cucumber, or lightly steamed snow peas instead. The crunch is there. The bacteria are not. That is unsettling on its own. But the second vegetable you need to hear about may be even more surprising, because it is considered one of the most celebrated health foods on the planet. And the problem is not the vegetable itself. The problem is exactly how most people are eating it. Raw spinach, the superfood, the green that ends up in smoothies, salads, and juices every single morning in kitchens across the country. And here is the thing. Cooked spinach is genuinely remarkable for your health, and you will hear why in just a few minutes. But raw spinach, eaten in large amounts every day, carries a specific risk that the health food world almost never mentions, especially for people over 60. Raw spinach is one of the highest sources of oxalates. tiny, sharp chemical compounds that your body cannot break down on its own. When you eat a large amount of raw spinach regularly, those oxalates bind with the calcium in your digestive system and form calcium oxalate crystals. Those crystals travel to your kidneys. They become kidney stones. Kidney stones in a senior are not just painful. They can cause serious, lasting kidney damage. A 2024 literature review published in the National Institutes of Health journal examined the role of dietary oxalate in the development of chronic inflammatory kidney disease in middle-aged and older adults. And the finding was clear. High oxalate intake from foods like raw spinach was a contributing factor in kidney inflammation and stone formation in this age group. The key is portion and preparation. 1 cup of raw spinach once in a while is not a problem. A giant smoothie stuffed with 3 cups of raw spinach every morning, day after day, is not the health habit it appears to be. And here is the beautiful answer. Cooking spinach destroys the majority of the oxalates. You will hear exactly how to use cooked spinach to rebuild your muscle strength and restore your circulation shortly. First, though, there is one more vegetable you need to know about. The third vegetable in the Be Careful category is one that has been trending for years as a health powerhouse, and for most people it genuinely is. Raw kale. Before you panic, hear this clearly. Kale is extraordinary for your health when prepared correctly. But raw kale, eaten in very large amounts every day, especially through smoothies or salads, contains compounds called goitrogens. Goitrogens, the word simply means something that affects your thyroid gland, can interfere with your thyroid's ability to absorb iodine when consumed in excess. Your thyroid gland, that small butterfly-shaped gland in your neck, controls your metabolism, your energy levels, your weight regulation, and even your mood. The Mayo Clinic has addressed this directly, noting that while moderate amounts of raw kale are unlikely to cause problems for most people, those who already have thyroid conditions or borderline low thyroid function should be cautious about eating large amounts of raw cruciferous greens daily. And here is the statistic that matters. Studies estimate that roughly 20% of adults over 60 have some degree of underactive thyroid, and many of them do not yet know it. If you feel tired all the time, if your legs feel heavy, if your weight seems impossible to manage despite eating carefully, your thyroid may already be struggling, and a daily large raw kale smoothie could be making things quietly worse. The fix again is simple. Lightly steam or sauté your kale before eating it. Just 2 to 3 minutes of heat neutralizes most of the goitrogens while leaving almost all the extraordinary nutritional benefits completely intact. Now let us talk about what you should be eating, because everything you just heard was only preparation for this. This is where your body starts to fight back. Meet Margaret, 68 years old, from a small town in Ohio. For nearly 3 years, Margaret struggled to walk from her bedroom to her kitchen without her knees aching so badly she had to stop halfway and hold the wall. She had tried every supplement her doctor suggested. She had changed her medications twice. Nothing gave her more than a few days of relief. Then her daughter, a physical therapist, made her one small change. She asked Margaret to stop the raw spinach smoothies and start eating 3/4 of a cup of lightly sautéed spinach with a little olive oil and garlic every single day. Within 6 weeks, Margaret called her daughter crying, not from pain this time, from gratitude. She had climbed the stairs to her granddaughter's bedroom for the first time in almost 2 years. Her story is not unique. Right now, thousands of seniors across the country are discovering exactly this. Cooked spinach is the first vegetable you absolutely must eat regularly, and the science behind what it does inside your aging body is breathtaking. In a landmark study published in the Journal of Cachexia, Sarcopenia, and Muscle, researchers from the University of Western Australia followed 1,120 older women aged 70 and above over an extended period. They found that women with the highest dietary nitrate intake, coming primarily from vegetables like spinach, had 35% lower odds of having weak grip strength and 28% lower odds of slow physical function compared to women with the lowest nitrate intake. 35%. Think about what that means for getting up from a chair, carrying groceries, climbing stairs. But why does it work? Because spinach is one of the richest natural sources of dietary nitrates, compounds that your body converts into nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a molecule that tells your blood vessels to relax and widen, the way a garden hose uncrimps when you release the tension. When that happens, blood flows more freely into your muscles, your joints get more oxygen, and that tight, heavy, dragging feeling in your legs when you try to stand up after sitting for an hour begins to ease. Additionally, a 12-week randomized controlled clinical trial conducted at Universidad Católica San Antonio de Murcia in Spain confirmed that adults over 50 who consumed spinach extract daily for 12 weeks showed significantly greater improvements in knee extension strength and muscle quality compared to the placebo group, with statistically significant between-group differences across nearly all measured variables. Your muscles are not just tired. They have been starved of the right fuel. Cooked spinach feeds them. Here is exactly how to use it. Eat 3/4 of a cup of lightly sautéed spinach, cooked in 1 teaspoon of extra virgin olive oil with a small clove of garlic, within 30 minutes of your main meal each day. The olive oil is not optional. It is essential. Spinach contains fat-soluble vitamins, including beta-carotene and vitamin K, and your body cannot absorb them properly without a healthy fat present. The garlic adds a compound called allicin that enhances the anti-inflammatory effect. And here is the pro trick that almost nobody uses. Do not overcook it. 2 to 3 minutes on medium heat. When it just wilts, take it off. Overcooking destroys the nitrates that make this vegetable work so powerfully for your muscles. Before we go any further, I want to take one moment to speak directly to you. If what you are hearing today is helping you, if even one thing has made you think or given you a little hope, please take 3 seconds and hit that like button. You have no idea how much it means. Every single like tells us that real people, real seniors, are finding value in this content. Subscribe to Older Coach and turn on the bell so you never miss a video like this one. I promise you, everything we create here is made with one purpose only: to help you stay strong, stay healthy, and stay independent for as long as possible. And I would love to hear from you personally. Drop a comment below and tell me, what is the one vegetable you have been eating every day that you now realize you might be preparing the wrong way? Your story matters. I read every single comment. And if this video has moved you or helped you in any way, the super thanks button is a beautiful way to say so. Every contribution keeps this channel alive for seniors who need it most. The second vegetable you must eat is one that researchers at UCLA called a key to reversing the age-related decline in your immune system. Broccoli. You have heard of it. You have probably eaten it. But the way most people cook it destroys the very compound that makes it extraordinary, and that single mistake is costing you most of its benefits. Broccoli contains a compound called sulforaphane. That is just the scientific name for a powerful molecule your body uses to activate its own internal defense system. When sulforaphane enters your body, it switches on something called the NRF2 pathway, which is essentially your body's built-in shield against inflammation and cellular damage. Think of it this way. Every day, your cells take hits from pollution, from stress, from normal metabolic processes. Sulforaphane tells your body to repair those hits before they accumulate into chronic disease. In a groundbreaking study at UCLA, researchers found that direct administration of sulforaphane from broccoli reversed the decline in cellular immune function in older mice, and follow-up work suggested similar mechanisms apply in humans. A remarkable prospective cohort study published in 2024 in the PMC research database found that consuming broccoli just 1 to 2 times per week was associated with a 32 to 43% lower mortality risk in the studied population. 32 to 43% from a vegetable. No prescription required. But here is the critical piece of science you need to know. A groundbreaking study on sulforaphane bioavailability, published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry, found that sulforaphane absorption from raw broccoli was 37%, compared to just 3.4% from fully cooked broccoli. That means fully boiling or microwaving your broccoli until it is soft destroys almost all of its most powerful benefit. The fix is simple and takes almost no extra effort. Chop your broccoli florets and let them sit at room temperature for 10 minutes before cooking. That 10-minute rest allows an enzyme called myrosinase, the enzyme that creates sulforaphane, to activate fully before heat gets near it. Then steam it lightly for just 3 to 4 minutes, until it turns bright green, but still has a gentle crunch. Eat 3/4 of a cup 3 times a week. And here is the pro trick almost nobody knows. Add a small pinch of ground mustard seed to your broccoli right before eating it. Research from the University of Illinois found that mustard seed contains its own myrosinase enzyme, which dramatically amplifies the amount of sulforaphane your aging digestive system can absorb from the broccoli. 1 pinch. That is all it takes. Combine it with a squeeze of lemon juice and you have one of the most powerful anti-aging, immune-restoring, inflammation-fighting plates of food available to you right now for under $2. What you have just learned about broccoli is remarkable. But the next vegetable? Scientists have started calling its key compound nature's hidden weapon against muscle cramps, blood pressure spikes, and the internal inflammation that quietly steals your mobility. Once you hear why, you will understand exactly what I mean. The third vegetable you must eat is sweet potato. Not the white potato, not the potato chip. The orange-fleshed, naturally sweet, deeply colored sweet potato that costs almost nothing and delivers an extraordinary payload of exactly what your body needs after 60. Most people think of sweet potato as just a side dish, something pleasant and starchy. What they do not know is that a single medium sweet potato contains over 100% of your daily recommended vitamin A in the form of beta-carotene, a powerful antioxidant that your body converts exactly as needed. Beta-carotene, that is the orange pigment that gives sweet potatoes their color, enters your bloodstream and neutralizes the free radicals that damage your cells, inflame your joints, and break down the connective tissue in your knees and hips. A comprehensive meta-analysis on sweet potato nutrition found that regular consumption was linked to improved endothelial function, that means healthier blood vessel walls, and measurably reduced inflammation markers, which are essential for maintaining cardiovascular health and joint mobility in aging adults. But there is another reason sweet potato is extraordinary for seniors specifically: potassium. One medium sweet potato delivers approximately 540 milligrams of potassium. Harvard Health confirms that potassium is one of the most important minerals for controlling blood pressure, and the majority of older adults are not getting anywhere near enough of it. Potassium also directly regulates muscle contractions. Those painful leg cramps that wake you up at night, that seizing in your calves when you have been sitting too long. Low potassium is one of the leading causes in older adults. Sweet potato addresses this directly. Here is how to get the maximum benefit. Bake 1 medium sweet potato, with the skin on, for 45 minutes at 400 degrees. Eat it within 30 minutes of a main meal. The skin contains a significant portion of the fiber, which slows the release of the natural sugars and prevents blood sugar spikes, which is especially important if you are managing blood sugar levels after 60. Add a small amount of butter or coconut oil on top. This is the pro trick that changes everything. The fat is not optional. The beta-carotene in sweet potato is fat-soluble, which means your body cannot absorb it without a fat source present. No fat, no absorption. 1 teaspoon of butter transforms a good sweet potato into a genuinely powerful anti-inflammatory meal. Before you continue, one important reminder is due, and it comes with genuine care. Everything shared in this video is for educational purposes only. It is not medical advice, and it is not a replacement for the personalized guidance of your own doctor. If you manage diabetes, kidney disease, heart disease, or thyroid conditions, or if you take prescription medications, please speak with your physician before making significant changes to what you eat. Certain foods, including some discussed here, can interact with medications or affect your specific conditions in ways that your doctor needs to know about. This reminder does not come from a legal disclaimer read quickly at the end of a video. It comes from genuine concern for your well-being. You matter. Your health matters. Talk to your doctor. Then make your choices with confidence. Now let the recap land in your memory where it belongs. Raw sprouts silently carry dangerous bacteria that can hospitalize seniors and must be avoided entirely. Raw spinach in large daily amounts floods your kidneys with oxalates that form painful stones and must be replaced with the cooked version. Raw kale in excess can quietly slow your thyroid and drain your energy, but steamed kale is something else entirely, a nutritional powerhouse. Cooked spinach, prepared in olive oil and eaten daily, feeds your muscles the nitrates that become nitric oxide and restore the blood flow that makes movement feel free again. Broccoli, lightly steamed for 3 minutes with a pinch of mustard seed, delivers sulforaphane that rebuilds your immune defenses and fights the cellular damage of aging at its source. And sweet potato, baked with its skin on and eaten with a small amount of fat, floods your body with beta-carotene, potassium, and anti-inflammatory compounds that quiet the joint aches and protect the blood vessels you depend on every single day. Here is your action challenge for today, and it starts right now. Pick just one of the 3 vegetables you must eat. Just one. Go to your kitchen tonight and make it for dinner. If you choose spinach, sauté 3/4 of a cup in olive oil with a clove of garlic and eat it with your meal. If you choose broccoli, chop it, let it rest for 10 minutes, steam it for 3 minutes, and add that pinch of mustard seed. If you choose sweet potato, bake it whole with the skin on and add a small pat of butter. Just one step tonight. Then tomorrow morning, notice how your legs feel when you first stand up. Notice whether your knees feel a little less stiff. Come back here and leave a comment telling me what you made and how you feel. That one small action tonight matters more than a perfect plan you never start. If this video meant something to you, if it gave you one new idea, one new reason to believe that your best days are still ahead, then please share it with someone you love, a parent, a friend, a neighbor who is struggling. You might not realize it, but sharing this video could be the thing that changes their life. Subscribe to Older Coach if you have not yet. Every video we make is designed for one purpose: to remind you that aging does not have to mean slowing down, giving up, or losing the things you love most. You have worked too hard for too many years to simply accept weakness as your fate. You deserve to feel strong, you deserve to move freely, you deserve to live fully, and I will be right here every single week giving you the tools to do exactly that. Take care of yourself, stay active, stay strong, have a blessed day, and as always, breathe easy.